Hey guys, it's your girl Idi and welcome back to another video. So as you can tell by the title, I'm going to talk about the story of me reuniting with my boyfriend. So if you guys don't know, my boyfriend is in the army. He joined this year at the end of January and he graduated from basic combat training in the middle of April. I am very proud and happy of all of his achievements, and life is just so crazy. Like, it's not that I didn't think he would be able to, it's just that I didn't think this was gonna be part of our future. Me and him don't really like change, but we have to adjust to it and we're doing pretty well at it. And one of the main reasons why I make these videos is because in the future I want to be able to look back onto these videos and see how far we've come. And also, I know some of you guys might be going through this and I want you to know that you're not alone, and maybe you just want to see how I handle things, or maybe you're just here because you're interested in my story. Now let me get into the story of me reuniting with him. So even before he left for basic combat training, we had been talking about his graduation. He never really knew exact date. After a couple of weeks of him being in there, he found out the exact date, and it was on a Friday, and there was actually going to be a family day the day before, so we could spend 2 days with him if we were able to. And from the beginning, I didn't even think I would be able to make his graduation because of school, but I ended up being able to, and I told him that I was able to, and he got really excited, and I was really happy too, of course. You know, I want to be there and support him and just let him know that I love him and that I'll always be there for him. And the thing is, I didn't tell him that I was gonna see him on Thursday as well. My plan was to get there Friday and be there all day with him Friday and then leave, and then I was able to make it on Thursday, but I didn't tell him that at all. I wanted it to be a surprise. So about 2 or 3 weeks before his graduation, me and my mom were looking at plane tickets, and they're pretty expensive, but you know, the money doesn't matter. What really mattered was me being there for him and supporting him, and you know, I hadn't seen him in a long time and I really wanted to see him. And I know he wanted me to be there, so of course I was gonna try my best. So we ended up buying the tickets and a rental car. We got the rental car because we didn't get the closest airport by him. But let me talk about the night before I left. So the night before, I could not sleep. I was so freaking excited. I couldn't believe that I was already leaving to go see him. I could not fall asleep, but I tried to force myself because I was gonna wake up at 5:30 in the morning. The thing is, I usually wake up around that time on Thursdays for school anyways. My mom ended up going to class with me that morning. First of all, I take the MARTA to school, and my class is ridiculously far from the station. Immediately after class, I like sped walked to my mom. I'm like, come on, let's go, I'm ready. I had to walk back to the MARTA station, and then you know, we took the MARTA to the airport, and we were speed walking because our flight wasn't that much after my class, and we literally barely made it on time, but we made it on time, and that's all that matters. After like 2.5 hours, we landed, and then we rushed to the car rental place, and we got our car and drove for about 3 hours. Those 3 hours honestly went by so quickly to me, but if y'all didn't know, any type of transportation makes me sick, but this particular day I did not get sick at all, and I think it was mostly because I was just super excited. The only thing was that I was super exhausted, but I refused to fall asleep because I didn't want to miss anything. I wanted to make sure that I was helping my mom with directions. And then there was like 15 minutes until we were gonna get to our destination, and I was just on a different level of excited, y'all. This whole time his mom knew, and we told her not to tell him so that it could be a surprise. And we would periodically update her on where we were. And then we got there. This whole time I was texting him like everything was normal. I literally told him that I was on my way home, and then I told him that my flight was like at 6:45 that night, and that after the flight I wasn't gonna be able to see him because I still had a 3-hour drive to get over there. I made sure that he didn't suspect anything, so I told him that we weren't gonna be able to make it because he had to go back to the base and sleep over there. So yeah, I was just acting normal, texting him that I was excited to see him tomorrow when I was actually gonna see him in literally a couple of minutes. And then his brother came down from the hotel room and he led us to their room, and I felt like the world stopped, y'all. Everything was in slow motion. I couldn't believe that I was actually walking to reunite with him. Eventually we got to the room, and instead of me trying to explain it first, let me just show you the video.
We need to get this job done.
I don't know what to say. When I saw him, I was really happy and really surprised at the same time. At first, I was scared that it was gonna be awkward, and I was scared that a lot had changed, but literally nothing changed. The only thing that changed was his haircut. As y'all can tell, he's bald, but we literally picked up where we left off. Everything was normal. I think when we got there we had like 4 hours with each other, so we went out to eat and then we just all hung out, you know, his family, my mom, and then sadly we had to drop him off that night back to the base. But it's okay because we got to see him all day the next day. But the next day was his actual graduation ceremony, and y'all, that thing was so emotional. I didn't cry when I reunited with him. I was mostly in shock and just really happy, but the ceremony hit my heart, y'all. Seeing him up on stage just made me so emotional, mostly because I was really proud and I was genuinely happy. I'm really happy that I got to go. You know, I really support everything that he does, and I will always support everything that he does. But something I really want to show you was the video I took of him up on stage. So here you go.
Santos, Playa Lopez, Atlanta, Georgia.
Private first class, Gabriel Vasquez, Angeles Oaks, California.
That's my baby. Can y'all believe that? Oh my god. It was so funny watching him trying to be serious, because this man cannot be serious to save his life. He's always joking around. He obviously had to be serious, and I was just waiting for him to crack a smile because he's just that type of person to always be happy. But yeah, after the ceremony we took some pictures and I'll insert some right now. Y'all, I'm still in disbelief. But after the pictures we went to go eat at Olive Garden, and obviously we did a lot more talking. And something we used to do a lot when he was home was just look at memes, and that's literally what we did for the majority of the part when we were there. We have pretty similar senses of humor, and I honestly think that he's the funniest person I know because we just get each other like that. After that, we all went to like this tiny ass mall they had there, not to buy anything but just to like go out and do something. And then we just hanged out and talked some more, and we might not have done a lot, but spending time with him and being able to talk to him in person was so much fun to me. Like, I had the time of my life. And then it came around that time where he had to leave, and this time he had to actually leave and go to another base in a different state. It was very emotional, but the thing is, we know we get to see him again eventually one day, and we have a lot more communication now, so I'm super thankful that we get to talk. And I mean, it's not like we talk every single minute of every single day, but I did not end up crying, but I almost did when I said bye. And the only reason why I didn't was because I wanted to be strong for him, and also because I was just so happy with the whole trip, and I was just so happy of what he accomplished, and I knew it was gonna be okay. I knew that I'd be able to see him again one day, and it's gonna be like that for a while, and we have to get used to it. And I'll always be waiting for him here to come back home. But yeah, that is my story of reuniting with my boyfriend. I will still be updating you guys. It might not be as frequent as I had these past couple of months, but there will be updates. Thanks for watching. Bye.